everybody, it's Pam here, and on today's episode, I have my co-host Jessie with me, and today's episode is about Ashley. Ashley is a community member of our online Living Fit Consistency Over Intensity workout groups, and she is here to share her wellness story and how she has regained her health and wellness through a multifaceted health approach, from workouts that we do together, from her nutrition, even to medication that she has gotten from her doctor. So we talk about all of the things that she has overcome and how she's regained her health and lost over 67 pounds to date, put on muscle, about some of the stigma of obesity and even using medications, and how she creates such a healthy, balanced, and wellness lifestyle. So let's get to the episode. The end did cut out, so just know that we love you and thank you so much for being here with us. If this episode resonates with you, if you think somebody could use some of this information or it's inspiring for them, please like and share and do all of the things. And thank you so much for being here. Enjoy the show. Fit, and I have a couple of my friends with me today. Jessie, you guys have seen her many times.
Yes.
Hi.
Hi. Hi.
And Ashley.
Hi.
We are here today. I haven't done a podcast in a while, took a little hiatus, and I was super excited to come and bring Ashley on. Ashley is a friend, and she's also part of our workout group that we do online, or you can do them at home. It's our Living Fit Consistency Over Intensity workouts. So Ashley has been in our group for about 10 months now. Yes. So Ashley has an incredible wellness story that I could not wait to share. So that's why we're here today. So,
happy to be here.
Yay! So this is Ashley's first podcast, but she is going to do just fine. So Ashley, real quick, why don't we just kind of get started? You can kind of say part of your story. So I guess to kind of lead everybody in, the listeners in, is in 2020, you said you basically kind of just gave up. You didn't, I would say, she doesn't have the personality to give up on herself, but she kind of lost her way in the fitness space.
Yeah, I call it the COVID years.
The COVID years?
Yeah. It just, I lost myself. I really did. I was what I would semi-fit prior to COVID, and I had a workout routine. I had a gym. I had a workout community, all of that. And then
for how many years did you do that? For a while.
3 years.
Okay, so
3 years consistently, for sure. And then COVID happened and gyms closed and all of that. And then I ended up getting on Prozac. I got off of birth control. I quit smoking during COVID, which was awesome. I mean, that's a positive, obviously. But because of all of those characteristics and losing all of my gym and everything, I just completely lost all interest in working out, the community, everything. I just stopped taking care of myself. The weight piled on. I gained over 50 pounds in that 2 years. It was a lot. So.
Yeah. And that was just, like you said, it was maybe medications, maybe stop smoking, a little bit of a kind of depression that happened. Absolutely. And I think that happened with a lot of people, and myself including. You know, I mean, it was very isolating.
It was. Yeah, it absolutely was. And I decided last June, so June of 2022, that I've had enough and something had to change. And so I tried prior to that to just kind of do it myself and, eat right, do some exercises here or there, but I wasn't consistent with any of it. So I needed a little bit of help. I talked to my doctor, and we discussed some medications that are out there right now. I was able to get on one of those, which really helped with the food noise and to help. I'm using it as a tool really to fuel my body correctly. Is what the medication is. It's not a miracle drug. It's not anything like that.
So if you don't mind, you can share what it is.
Sure.
And I love how you said the food noise, because that's something that a lot of people don't understand about some of those medications. And I'm all for. I always say it's 2023. Let's use it all.
Yeah.
Like, we have so much available for us, and it's not like you didn't know what to do. You were just kind of stuck. And the food noise is something that a lot of people struggle with. Yeah. So what are you taking? And kind of like, when did you start it, and how did your doctor bring that up to you?
Sure. So I started the conversation with my doctor about how I'm just lost about what I can do, and I need something to help me. And I have a fantastic primary care physician who is supportive in all the ways. And he introduced a drug called Mounjaro to me, which is a GLP-1 antagonist, which shuts that food noise off kind of thing, is really the main goal of it. And so I didn't know that I was addicted to sugar until I started taking this medicine, and it makes me recognize that I don't, like, it stops the food noise, right? Like, I don't need to go grab 10 Oreos from the cupboard.
So do you feel like you get fuller faster?
Yeah.
You feel more satisfied during your meals? You're not craving? That's a big thing for you.
Craving is the big thing. I'm not craving. I don't think about food all day. I didn't even know that was how other people operated. I didn't even know that you didn't think about food all day.
Right.
Because that's just been my life for my entire 36 years.
Wow.
I think that obesity is a chronic disease and should be treated as such. And so I am thankful that my doctor recognizes that as well. And we were able to find a treatment plan that worked for that. And I've been able to, combined with a fitness routine, to drop 65 pounds since June of 2022.
Yeah.
So
you started with us in June.
July, right after. So I started the medicine in June, and then I'm like, okay, if I'm gonna lose weight,
and we've been friends on social media for a long time.
Yeah. And you post things on your feed about your online group and everything, and so I'm just gonna reach out to Pam and see what this is all about, because I needed something. I didn't want to join a gym again. I didn't feel like I was in a space where I could be part of a gym community, and that's my own insecurities. That has nothing to do with other people, but
a lot of people are like that.
Yeah, so I needed to get back into the space of feeling like I could keep up with even kind of any type of workout. So your home workouts with the 20 minutes a day was a great way to just kind of get back into things, and I could do it in the comfort of my own home. I don't need a lot of equipment, so it was a really good way to start my fitness journey back up again. And with that, I knew that I wanted to lose the weight, but my body was so tired from carrying around the extra weight that I needed to move it again, and so that really drove me to want to start with a fitness program again.
Yeah. Which is smart, because some people do one and then the other, and you only took a month to say okay, because a lot of times a lot of the noise around those medications is it makes you lose muscle mass and all of those things, but I think you have combated that really well by doing the consistent weightlifting.
Absolutely.
And along with your healthy food choices. And I will say, and I think you're probably on the same page, I've known you for a long time, and our kids played baseball together, and that's kind of how I got to know her a bit a few years ago. Really bad with timelines. I just feel like I know everybody forever. So, however, Ashley is very much independent. She'll do it herself, and she'll figure it out. And she's very capable of figuring out what to do. So it's always been an honor to be a part of this journey with you, because Jessie and I are just here providing the workouts and providing what to do. Obviously you have to do them yourself, but you stuck with us for so long, and and I know that I feel honored that you are here doing that with us, because I know very well that you could figure it out on your own, but hopefully we make it easy and fun for you.
No, you do, absolutely. And the figuring out on your own this isn't my lane, so it's one of those things where I know where my expertise is, and it's not in fitness, and so I rely heavily on your guys' workouts every single week. So it's new every week. It's been 10 months now, and I've never been bored with any of the workouts. There's enough variety in them that it keeps me coming back every week. So and then there's the community that there's still a community there with the online group and everything, to be able to cheer each other on and support each other through all of our individual journeys. So,
and you're such inspiration, I think, in that group. Wouldn't you agree? Yeah, and posting and sharing every step of the way. So you said you have lost 65 pounds.
Yes. 67 actually.
67 pounds. We can definitely get into the semantics. 67 pounds with a lot of the combined therapies.
Yes.
Medication, nutrition, and weight training consistently, and moving your body outside of just the workouts, because our workouts are only 20 minutes a day.
Yep.
That's why they're designed that way. It's consistency over intensity, so we can move our bodies every day and not be sore all the time.
Right.
because I think we're all over 30-ish.
Yeah.
And we have children, and sometimes we need that little bit of time, and we don't want to be sore all the time. So you've kind of done really, really well with...
Yeah, and I mean, it's so much easier for me now to move my body outside of the gym because, I mean, I'm playing basketball with my kid in the driveway. That's something I never did, even prior to all of the weight gain. That was never anything I had any interest in, but I feel so much stronger than I've ever felt before. I feel like I can keep up and I can move and I want to move. So it's amazing what 20 minutes a day, 5 days a week will do for all the parts, the joints, everything.
All the parts, yes. Help the parts do the parts.
Yeah, like, and I mean, I told my husband the other day that I'm choosing my heart. I can either ache because my body can't support the weight that I have on it, or I can be the good sore from weightlifting and training my body to want to move. And I choose the latter, so.
And I've seen like your son is interested in, you know, weight training. Your husband has his own transformation. So I think, you know, I think as women, we're the gatekeepers of our house most of the time, and we lead the way just by doing so.
Yeah, and you know, the kid's recognizing that I have I mean, I would hope so after 10 months that he's recognizing that there's a routine there, but every morning, you know, if I don't come downstairs and work out close, he's like, are you not working out today?
Yeah, for him.
I'm working out, I promise.
Accountability partner.
Yeah, a little 9-year-old accountability partner, but he's good stuff.
Yeah. So you talked a little bit before we got on camera. We were actually talking about how much we sweat in our armpits. But you talked about your routine, and that's something that and I know that I have always said I have to have my workout clothes in the bathroom and I put them on. Otherwise, if I come downstairs in my jammies, I'm not going to work out in the morning, and it's going to weigh on me heavily. I might work out later because that's part of what I do.
Sure.
But for you, you have a professional career, and that's not part of your day unless you set it right in the morning. So tell us a little bit, I guess maybe motivate others that are struggling to get started or what have you. How did you start that routine, and how do you continue that? What's some little tips that maybe you could give?
Sure. I mean, first of all, I recognize that we all have 24 hours in a day, but they're not the same 24 hours.
Yep.
And so it's important to recognize that. And what works for me is what works for me. But I have to wake up first thing in the morning and work out. I wake up immediately and put on my work clothes before I even leave my bedroom. And then I fill up my water, put my hair in a ponytail as I'm walking down my stairs, and go right into my gym and work out. Get it done first thing in the morning, and then I'm showering and taking my protein shake and making my kid breakfast and getting him off to school and going to work. And so it's just has to be done first thing in the morning for me to really, I feel more energetic in the morning. That's my personal preference. I feel like I have more to give to my workouts first thing. But it's just a routine I've had to find.
So find the time for you.
Yeah, exactly.
And just stick with that.
Yeah, because I love my evenings with my kid and my husband, and not having to fit in. And it's only 20 minutes, but it's 20 minutes that I don't want to lose with them because we've been separated all day long. So
yeah, and I think it's 20 minutes that we're actively working out, but you warm up, you cool down, and you're sweating, and then you have to kind of cool down or whatever. Yeah. And I always say to try to pick a time. And try it, to give it a go, and if it's not working for you, if it's more frustrating, then to try another time.
Sure.
But to try to implement it. But that has worked for you. That's been motivating, and for you to get up and do that. And you shared also that you like to do it during the week because you value your weekend to sleep in.
Yes, I don't like to get out of bed on Saturdays and Sundays.
Yeah.
So, and I have a husband that serves me breakfast in bed more often than I deserve, I think. So, yeah, not just on Mother's Day or my birthday, but randomly, he'll just bring me breakfast. And if I'm working out in the gym, I can't get breakfast in bed. So, I like my weekends to just kind of to chill. But that's not to say that I'm not moving.
For sure.
I get my exercise differently on the weekends. We go through walks in the neighborhood, or I'm doing yard work, or I'm moving furniture out of a spare bedroom. It's just, different functional fitness.
Yeah.
It's a word. So
Yeah, it is. And I love that you have found kind of that balance. Because I think we all struggle a little bit with, a sense of balance. I always think that balance is somewhat of a myth when it comes to, accomplishing a big goal. But you just kind of set out to be healthy. And you didn't have this massive weight loss goal. You kind of didn't really care.
Yeah.
I mean, you probably wanted to do 10%, 20% body, weight loss. That's kind of what we shoot for health markers.
Sure.
But then beyond that, you were just like, I don't care. I just want to get healthy.
Yeah, my original goal when I started was to just lose the weight that I lost during COVID because I felt, or that I gained during COVID, I felt good in my skin prior to COVID. So I was like, if I can just drop that 50 pounds that I gained, everything will be fine. And I've gone another 17 above that 50 just from the habit of nutrition and working out and all of that.
And your body's responding, and I don't think it's even just like pounds. It's, you have sculpted so much.
Yes.
So
I like my traps.
Yes. And her biceps and quads and all the things.
Pictures keep me motivated. So
you share a lot, and that's helpful. And not everybody loves to share, but like I said, you are a very inspiring person in the community, in our fitness little consistency over intensity community, because you do share. And when people come to me, oftentimes I'll get messages. I saw Ashley's pictures, maybe people that you don't even know. So I do share. I share some before and afters if clients share them. I never share them on my own because obviously that's not the main goal for everybody. But you share them, and I get like messages. I saw Ashley Wise. I saw Ashley. And I'm like, well, Ashley's worked very hard for a very long time, and that's another reason why I wanted to bring you on too. Is you're so inspiring, but also to help kind of show those layers of what you're doing. You're finding balance, and it takes time.
It does.
And our thing is, do it consistently, literally forever.
Yep.
Forever.
It's a lifelong journey. Yeah.
Because I'm all about having a long health span, not just a lifespan. I don't want to just be here. Medications and modern medicine will keep you alive, but will it give you a health span? Can you move and do the things?
Right.
Yeah. So Jessie, did you have any questions for her? Because Jessie's like, what? Not me.
Coming in.
So if you guys are just kind of watching this, or maybe this is your first one, if you are a fan and friend of Ashley's, and you haven't met Jessie through the community, Jessie, for lack of better terms, I guess people would say she's an assistant coach, but she's actually not an assistant because we do this together, and if it wasn't for Jessie, I would have been held together. So in 2020 is really when we started to do this more.
Yep.
And just kind of push this a little bit more just because there were not a lot of options. And I've been doing consistency over intensity for 8-ish years because again, I had a lot of injuries and I didn't want to get hurt. So Jessie is here with us. So she's my other coach, so I'm going to give her the microphone and see if she has anything to say. So any questions for Ashley, or any tips for staying motivated, or anything like that? Because Jessie has not always been a morning person.
No.
Yes. So Jessie has worked out at different times.
Yes.
Yes. So what's your kind of schedule like? How do you stay consistent with your workouts?
How do I stay consistent with my workouts? I am not, so I'm not the norm. Like you said, I do work out whenever.
Yeah.
I don't have a schedule, so I can't really say that, like, I'll work out some mornings, or sometimes I don't feel like it in the morning and I'll do it at night. Like, I'm not your typical, like, I have to have it done at this time. I just know that I have to move my body that day, and if I don't do it in the morning, I do feel like, okay, I haven't moved enough today, so then I'll do it at night. So yeah, I'm consistent, but I'm not consistent schedule-wise. So I could say the wrong person to say, what keeps you good? I'm just consistently moving. And honestly,
well, it's a consistency calendar kind of thing. So you make sure that you get them done.
Make sure I get it done.
But this is like an example of, like, we are more of a type A.
Yes.
I'm more of a minus A at this point in my life because I'm older now, but I'm coming off from a really strong A.
Yeah.
Yes. And Ashley is very similar to that. So it's nice to hear though that you don't have to do that to accomplish.
Yes, I'm definitely a go with the flow, whatever happens in the day kind of a person. So, but again, always making sure to get my workout in. I do love that. And again, I love how you said training or like working out, being consistent for longevity and the life that you want to have as you grow older. And I want to just be strong. Like that's my biggest thing. I want to be strong as I age, and I want to be able to do all the things as I age and not be
just not have a lifespan, but a health span.
Health span, yes. I love that. So yes.
Yeah, and any words for Ashley, because I know that she, we obviously work out together.
Yes.
So I don't think that we've seen Ashley in person together.
No,
ever.
We haven't.
I don't know if you've ever met her.
This is my first time meeting her in person.
That's so
But
great.
we have met, obviously,
Yes.
in your basement.
Yes, I hang out with Jessie 2 to 3 times a week.
2 to 3 times a week, yes. And then social media,
Yes.
of course, we've spoken through that, but never face to face. But that's what I love about this too. It's not, we don't have to know each other face to face, but we can still form a connection and and I just love that. And
Absolutely.
And I do love seeing your sweaty check-ins. Like you keep me motivated. Honestly, I'm not the best sweaty check-in person. I do get it done even though I don't, but I love seeing your posts. So I just keep going, keep doing those because it even keeps me motivated. It does. So I love seeing that you love working out with us.
I do.
Happy.
And like we were talking about the type A versus go with the flow, and I think that it made me think about how I love that I get to know what I'm doing the next day prior to actually getting down there, because you guys do the description videos and I watch them every night before the next day. So like when I'm laying in bed and like TikToking right before going to bed, I'm watching a YouTube video of Pam or Jessie about what the workout's going to be.
That makes
That's
me
a great
happy.
tip.
It is a good tip.
Yes.
But that also makes me happy to know that somebody watches the
I watch
description.
every single description video.
I love
Yeah.
that.
Every single one.
And Ashley's always the first one to let us know, like, hey guys, the wrong video was posted. No, and I appreciate it because obviously we make mistakes all the
We're
time.
human, yes.
Yeah.
Of course, yes.
Or she'll say like the description wasn't written in here. But that's actually a really great tip for anybody that is in the group or was wanting to join that group, was to watch. I always say watch the description. I try to say like a day or two ahead of time if you need modifications, which you don't.
Right.
But even warming up so you can kind of see what you're doing.
Yeah.
For those of you that have not seen that or not part of that, there is about a 2 to 5 minute video description of the workout that you do, and it's separate from the workout video. So that way you can know the moves before you get into the workout.
You can get in the right headspace to know that you're going to be doing 20 burpees. I mean, it's just a way to I have to get in that headspace to know that.
That's
okay,
a great
I'm
tip to
gonna-
watch it the night before
Yeah.
too, so you can kind of know just going straight down and not, wasting, not I would say wasting, but I guess kind of wasting time watching that when you can get right into your workout if that's what you need to do.
Right.
That's a great tip.
I do. I like that.
Yeah, and like Jessie said, we're just happy people are watching the descriptions.
Every single one. I'm not kidding.
I love it.
Because I do see
There's at least one person that watches them, and it's always Ashley.
Yeah. So next time we're just going to be like, oh, hi Ashley.
There you
and
go.
anybody else watching? That's funny. So is there anything else you wanted to add, Jessie? No? Okay. Not about that. You guys, Jessie, I would say that she is my adopted introvert friend. You have to have both though. I mean, you really have to have both people. I mean,
You do.
we couldn't both be like all
No.
the time. It'd be too much for
Be too
Ashley.
intense all the time.
Yeah.
We're a good balance. We're a good balance.
That's a great way to say it. It is a great balance. Their videos are very different, but perfect in their own ways. And I look forward to both of them and the variety of instruction we get from both. So.
Or when I get tired, I'm like, God, forget this. Let's just go get it done. And Jessie's like, okay, let's take a 30-second break.
But honestly, I don't know, because Jessie always does leg day. I've never done a Pam leg day video, so I don't even know. I don't even know what I would do if Pam showed up on leg day. I think I would cry because I want Jessie on leg day. It's just I'm used to every Monday I see Jessie and we hammer the crap out of our legs, and it is the best workout.
You know I love leg day. It's
You
my
love
favorite
leg
day.
day.
And she does a great job.
She does.
Mm-hmm. Yep, perfect form, very athletic. Even though she would like to differ sometimes, but she does a great job. Yeah. So Ashley, anything else you want to share about your fitness journey, wellness journey, goals, any advice maybe that we missed aside from sleep? And again, that is one of your balances that I feel like you're really, really good at. especially being that type A-ish, is you allow yourself and you give yourself permission. That's something I have to work on, is to give myself permission to sleep. I don't love sleep, some people do. But
It's like my second favorite thing.
yeah, yeah, so it's easy for you. But I have to allow myself, but
Sure.
you have to allow yourself the weekend, and you have to allow yourself, I see you posting, meals with your family or ice cream or what have you, and you're not afraid to do those things,
Right.
because you're not so stuck in that small,
Yeah, it's a balance. It really is. And there's a lot of talk about nutrition, and it's very important. And I focus on nutrition, but at the same time, I'm an everything in moderation kind of person. I've tried to cut whole food groups from my diet, and it's not
advisable
a way for me to be successful at all. So I'm going to have ice cream on a hot 90-degree evening with my family, and I'm going to have spaghetti with garlic bread, and I'm going to eat all of the things that I want to eat, but just in moderation.
Yes.
And that's the only way I feel for myself to be sustainable for my whole life. Because I can't even imagine giving up ice cream until I die. Like, I don't, like, why? So, and I think that that's important. But I'm just happy to be here. I'm happy to have found a program that works for me, that I get excited about, that I have encouraged other people to get excited about. My cousin joined a few weeks ago.
And she is doing so good.
She is so happy with this program.
I'm so
and
happy.
when I tell you that everybody doesn't have the same 24 hours in a day, my cousin comes to mind, because she's a police officer. She's in paramedic school. She has 2 children under the age of 3.
I see them in her pictures
married.
sometimes.
Oh my gosh, she's so busy, and she is superwoman, and she finds time.
She does. Even
every
through, some family stuff that was going on, she still found that time.
Yeah, she just lost her dad. So there's been a lot going on in her life, and she's finding time to put herself first, and to make fitness and health part of her journey.
Yeah, 20 minutes a day.
20 minutes.
Yep. And I love to see all the little kids in the pictures. Ashley Honeycutt, that comes to mind too. She has her kids in the pictures. I think Rhonda, is that her kids or grandkids maybe?
It's okay.
Okay. Yeah, so there's a few people that bring their kids, and I love it because and I used to want to edit some of the stuff out when Layla would jump in, and I'm
I love
no,
when she
forget
comes
it.
in. I love when she comes into your
real
videos.
life,
I love it. I love it, because Connor will
So
come
cute.
down all the time when I'm working out, and it'll just be like, I'm hungry, and I'm like, then make yourself breakfast. Like you're almost 10.
minutes.
Like you can go pour yourself a bowl of cereal, or go
Make some
eat,
toast.
something.
Pizza rolls.
Give me a minute, kid. So it's real life, and I love when Layla pops in. I really do.
And she
such a
feels
sweetheart.
special, and the kids don't. I never want to push the kids away,
Sure.
because then they get a negative aspect of that. But I think that I love seeing all the little kids come in and jump in the videos and pictures.
No, mine are getting older now, so they get embarrassed and they don't like to jump in.
Yeah.
They gotta look a certain way when you get a certain age.
Yeah.
So, but they do, and I love that you said we're the gatekeepers and we're setting the example, and we do. That's proof that our kids are following what we're doing, and that's awesome too. Raising that next generation to love health and fitness.
Yeah, and value themselves and not be afraid to have that balance of food because I'm just so proud of everything that you're doing, but I'm so proud of your brain when it comes to that. And I know that sounds silly, but I love people's brains. I'll be attracted to somebody's brain before I'm attracted to them. But the way that you have that balance, because some people struggle, especially me coming from the fitness space, of me being surrounded by so many people that struggle with that, and not even just in the fitness space, it's everywhere. Of kind of disordered ways of thinking, of eating, and you really not falling into that because you've done some of those things before, like in cutting out entire food groups. And this is kind of goes into nutrition. We won't get into it a whole lot, but whatever is going to make you metabolically healthy is the nutrition that's for you. And some people at certain times of their life, they might need an intervention kind of thing where they have to do that for a short time, but not sustainable forever. Ideally is where you are, and that's exactly where I would hope that everybody would want to be, and that their goal is to have that moderation, and to be able to fit in the food groups that they love. I mean, if somebody hates ice cream, don't eat the ice cream. Or if it makes you sick, I can't personally eat dairy ice cream because it doesn't do good for me, but I can eat other kinds of ice cream. you know, so, you know, whatever they want to do, so I'm just proud of your brain.
Thank you. Thank you. Yeah, and I mean, I just, you know, it was making me think too about how, when I first started, you know, we had talked about how I felt starting my fitness journey and not